card for this matchup. RagnaroK, someone that we've seen already quite a few times in round 1, but someone who's pretty inconsistent in Pro League. It has been since the first day you and I sat in the casting seat and watched his games.
RagnaroK is one of those guys that Artosis looked at and he's like, he's got a ton of potential. He could be the next hero, right? But one of the predictions that didn't quite come through, I feel like he's going through this stage where, as you said, it's just inconsistency, right? He's got the skill. He looks good in some games, like really, really good. But in other games, he just falls apart. He plays players that are just better than him, and he just cannot win. So I think he's still got a while to go. And playing up against RagnaroK, I would favor him here, especially because we don't see RagnaroK too often. He did well in SSL, but I mean, I think it was mainly just a matchup thing. I think he played against a lot of Zergs, and just once he faced like a really good opponent, I think it was either Solar or Dark. I think it was Solar. He just like got wrecked. It was not even close. He looked really nervous. So I think RagnaroK's got a lot of work to do, and so does RagnaroK.
Sure, I think this could go either way. I actually vote for RagnaroK though in this one. I think when you look at his recent performances in Star League, like Amore, he's been fielded 5 times. He has much more recent performances. I look at RagnaroK, and like RagnaroK's grown up, right? He's 6 and 15. He's played a ton of Pro League games. He has. Of the non-Brood War ex-pros who played in Pro League, he has probably some of the most experience in Team League. He was the sniper for FX Open in the GSTL. But in Pro League, you get to pick only the map. You don't get to pick the player that you're up against, and that was his strength in the GSTL. Is he would like always get a win every time. He usually get 1 win to lose, but it's like, no, we killed that guy. Like, he used the ID Tier back then. It's like Tier's out. He beat an ST. Then he loses the next game. It doesn't matter. He beat an ST. He did his job. This is a totally different format.
These guys have a massive amount of history
because
together.
They've FX Open versus TSL. This is like GSTL games we're looking at here.
Yep. That's a nice little prediction chart we got going on there. You and I suppose so. You and Chaser going together, voting for RagnaroK. See if that pans out here in game number 2, RagnaroK versus RagnaroK. Here in the top left in the yellow, the Zerg player from CJ Entis, it is RagnaroK.
And over here to the top right in blue, it is RagnaroK. Formerly known as Tier.
CC was laughing at my joke, man.
Yeah.
That's actually one of our ADs here.
Yep.
Assistant directors on the left, Gahi. Very nice girl.
Yeah, we've worked with her for a long time. The other girl met more recently. Let's talk about the history of these two players as we go into Frost for this. So I mean, seriously, anything can happen.
History.
This could be a crazy game, but we talked about RagnaroK a lot. He was the sniper player. The player who came out to snipe in the GSTL. Was so good at that. I mean, he got a few all kills in his time. Everybody does in that best of 1 format because it's crazy. Billy all killed a SKT in the past. I mean, these things happen. But RagnaroK used to use the ID Tier, and then when he went to the GSTL finals, he changed his ID that day because his mom was there to watch him play. And she was like, I want you to have a stronger name. Like, Tier sounds like you're crying, like you're afraid. He's like, you're a man now. I want you to make the name RagnaroK. Then Gumiho all killed Slayers, and he didn't get to play. But going back to the other side of things in RagnaroK, RagnaroK was the TSL player that the coach told me so many times he has potential. He has 700 APM right now. He's a spammer. He's insanely fast. Rivaling Losira in hand speed. And he's the player that Coach Lee, who I spent a ton of time with, was very close to the TSL team back in the GSTL days, was like, wait for it. He's going to be a champion. He's going to be the one. And everyone just kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just didn't happen. TSL disbanded. He was teamless for a long time. He eventually found his way onto CJ Entis, where he wasn't fielded very often. He had very few individual league results. One of his best was, as you were mentioning, the Star League result, which a lot of people think was a fluke. But where is that potential that I was always told to see? It just never happened. He never bloomed into that player that everyone was waiting to see. And Calder and I talked about this all the time, is how smart he was, how good he was. Some of these TSL players like Center. Well, those guys remember this guy who's now retired. It's a player that just played so many good games in the past, but just like never could break it. Like Noble S, I know those Terrence is now here as the Storm Pro Gamer, one of the best in the world. Just like could never quite break it.
Black, by the way?
Oh, he's on TNL.
Okay.
Which is all the ex Starcraft 2 players, and then like their support players.
SC is on that one too, right?
Yeah, SC, Noble S, and who else is on that team? Sniper, who's a GSL champion.
Yeah. I remember just SC from his, I think it was the finals up against ST, maybe
Semis.
It was a semi-final. Yeah. He had a crazy game on, I don't remember the map. It was so long ago.
It might have been Jungle Basin, if I'm like remembering correctly.
Maybe. I think you're right. It was just insanity. I remember being awake at like 6 a.m. watching that game.
I was too.
Crazy.
I was still in America at the time, and it was actually the first time I ever watched a StarCraft match with my family. And my cousins were over, and they were all up watching because they were up, partying or something. And then I was like, no, I'm going to watch this match. And everyone just sat down and, like, the room got quiet. And everyone was like, wow, this is quite cool.
Yeah.
This thing that you do.
That's Wolf spreading the word, man.
Yeah.
That's how you spread the word. Gather your family into one room, say, we're watching StarCraft tonight. You don't have a choice in this. We're watching it.
But my mom doesn't stay up till 6 a.m. Watch the VODs together the next day. You can make the VOD. You can put the VOD on your TV. We have this technology now at prime time.
You could even make a playlist if you wanted to make it really smooth.
But mom doesn't want. Mom wants to watch primetime news. Man, it's the same news every day. Like, the world's not changing.
But StarCraft is new metas.
Yeah, look at this Baneling Nest
happening
every time. ZVP. Like, this is like more interesting than the nightly news.
I would have to agree with you, Wolf. Watch our show, not the news.
Yeah. Read the news later on like r/world news or something.
Yeah.
Give you the highlights.
That's much better. This Oracle getting to work.
Get a queen, I think, if he micros it properly.
Ooh. So close. Spore, the savior of that queen.
So, as we had like a big history lesson for you guys, this Oracle is doing a little bit of damage. The Baneling Nest was scouted, and he's also going to scout this Evolution Chamber, so he knows that Baneling drops are the next step here. Let's see how well he defends it.
Yeah, I mean, you can know. I mean, Stats knew many times against Dark. It still did damage, because even though at times he was dodging the Banelings and they didn't get too many kills, he delayed so much mining time with that. Just because Stats didn't have Stalkers in position, he didn't make Phoenixes to push away the Overlords. But look at this, RagnaroK is not going to commit to 4. He's going to commit to just 2 Banelings. He wants that one hit.
I think it's because he knows that he's already been scouted, but even with a Pylon and a Stalker in position, the Pro Pull is somewhat late, but he will get it away. The Overlord should be able to escape here with speed. The Droverlord, I should say. And that's as simple as that. 2 more Banelings being morphed right now on the other side of things, perhaps to hit this third base.
Looks like it's all the way in the bottom right corner down here.
Yeah.
So look at your mini-maps. You can see the yellow. That is the Baneling drop. That's probably going to go towards the third base. And the third base is very vulnerable. There's so many different angles. There's so much airspace behind that third. So I actually do like this this strategy on this map.
Ooh, down goes the Overlord. And a few Lings find their way to this base, forcing the overcharge. Oh man, imagine if the Banelings came in while those probes were stacked.
Yeah, I would love actually for him to put another pylon over there. It looks like he's just making one now. Me and Hurricane on the same wavelength. Or actually, I don't see him making a pylon, but it looks like there's something there.
He had a...
Okay, it's the mothership core.
I think he actually had... there was a silhouette of it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was going to make one, but...
Look at this, trying to distract. This is how you do it. Baneling's coming in, but really nice pull from Hurricane. He's on point. He knows he has to be looking at that mini-map when going against Baneling drops.
The Overlord's just chilling over here, though. Like, he could come back at any time. Okay, Stalker will ward it away. But we're not going to see the same sort of Baneling Hydra follow-up that we see Dark use, that we see Rogue use a lot of the time in this matchup. He's going to play it very differently. He's going to go into Lurkers, which are good on these positions. The threat of these Droverlords alone is so cool. I get it now. He's like never really planning on actually dropping them. He just wants to force lost mining time. The threat is there. It's not fake. But he's like, no, I'm not going to waste 4 Banelings in these where I'll never really be able to drop because you scouted me. I really like those units. It's not going to drop here either, probably. No, just...
No, you can't.
I dare you to pull your probes. Okay, you didn't. You have Stalkers, but whatever.
Yeah. Look at what he's planning here, Hurricane. He's got, what is that, like 6 sentries? He's going to load a bunch of them up. No, it's going to be depths. I thought he might have gone for the main to try to go for some some force fields on the ramp.
That was exactly what I was thinking too. Looks like he decided to do this instead. As all these run-bys are happening, he's, I guess, concerned about counterattacks. As our Overlord goes down, but still both Droverlords on the map and available. All right, a lot of kills already here, and he could easily get these away. He also scouts the Lurker Den. He's going to shade away, hitting now the natural, forcing Hydras to come back.
Yeah, just trying to do that economic damage, get as many drones as possible. He is going to get 5 in total. He's delaying that attack, as you were saying, very important here. Oh no, the Lurker's all the way out here, but there's no detection and not enough Protoss. That was really scary.
All right, here comes this other Droverlord. He needs to drop, though. One's not enough. He needs the second one. I'm really worried for Hurricane here, though. He had a lot of money. He was like not sure what to build, just made a ton of Zealots, and that's the worst unit for this. If he doesn't have more support, he's got some hallucinations here that are helping out, but you know, he may barely have enough to defend with this overcharge, but this is just so much Zerg here.
Yeah, and this is not the standard Protoss army that you're seeing right here. Way too many sentries, not enough Immortals, no Archons.
And such a late, like, the first Immortal is out. He's such a late second Robo, you know? Like, his Robotics Tech, his Immortals are so late here, and that's really what you want versus the Zealots are basically useless when you have this tiny of an army. And this third base is probably going to go down. Ling's in the main now as well. Hurricane getting pulled apart.
Yeah, RagnaroK using those Lurkers really, really nicely. Hurricane does have a cannon here. Looks like he's almost overcommitted against those Baneling drops. It's going to help him out for that, but not against this attack. The Ling's now coming in.
2 Stalkers Warpins are canceled, and he's done all of this without Hydra range. It's just now finishing. And yeah, the Zealots will finally clean this up, but he's going to lose this Nexus. There's no way he can keep it alive with all these Hydras. The Lurker is split perfectly. And if he had an Overseer here, he could snipe this Observer. That's how dominant this fight is. Nice micro here on the Immortal, but it's not going to save it. And I think this is actually just game over. 2 Immortals now here caught. No barrier. It's already on cooldown. And there it is. That's game over. There's the snipe. GG!
RagnaroK going to take that game, a really wonky one, to be honest.
Another upset, I guess, from the caster votes. I expected them to take it, but it looks like me and Chase were the only ones.
I mean, RagnaroK played a nice game, right? He identified what was going on, saw the composition. He's like, okay, fast Lurkers. And it seemed like what Hurricane was doing was over-preparing against Ling Bane. He had like 7 sentries. He did nothing with them. He did no harass, right? He went for an adept drop. And then when he saw that many Lurkers, he's like, oh, I guess I just don't have the right units, right?
Yeah.
And he just died to Lurkers. It looked really simple, but there was more to it than that. It's the meta changing and Hurricane trying to overcommit against it and just have like the perfect composition against Baneling Ling, right? But just not having the right composition against that many Lurkers.
Well, CJ takes a map, which is really important here, as a lot of people were worried they were just going to get totally dominated. But now the best one matchup for the second one, this PvP between Deer and Hero, absolutely going to be the best.
It's going to be really nice. Guys, we're going to take a short 3-minute break. We'll be right back before game number 3.